wow, initially, that feels very smooth. We got a brand new razor to introduce today.
Yes.
The Parker 55 SL
Oh,
Hybrid
yeah.
Slant. Great looking razor. Take it out of the box here. Pretty simple packaging by Parker. Pretty much their standard. They, this is how they ship. But the semi-slant, if you look at it, the head is torqued, but if you look at the top end to the bottom end, it doesn't have a huge gap like some of the other slants do. Comparing it to the 37C, you can see that the slant on the 37C has an aggressive side, which is the lower side of the razor right down here. You can see how much more aggressive that is. And that's why they call this a semi-slant or, a hybrid. I like the looks of it. This is in rose gold. It comes in chrome and graphite as well. But it is a 3-piece razor. Breaks down, into 3 pieces. Brass handle, which is great, and it's got some heft to it. It is 4 inches long, so you're not going to have a problem, holding on to this razor. It weighs 93 grams, so 93 gram razor, nice heft to it, so you're not, not going to have to put a ton of pressure on it. I got to say, in the hands, it feels pretty good. The knurling on it isn't real aggressive, but that's just kind of how Parkers are. But the weight of it, it's gonna make up for it, if that makes any sense. I'm gonna go ahead and start a lather. I'm gonna be using the Simpson T3 knot, the Talafigure knot. Love this knot. All you gotta do is dip it in some warm water here, and these synthetics are ready to rock and roll. I mean, it's ready to go. Thought Forms by PAA, Phoenix Shaving. So I'm gonna be giving that another go today. And this is the CK formula they have. And I believe that's the CK formula is the only formula they're using in all their soaps now. But let me put some water on my face here. I've got quite a bit of growth. As you can see here, we're dealing with something. It's not, 1 day growth or anything. I believe this is about 4 or 5 days of growth for me. So quite a bit. So again, I'm just gonna go into here. I wanna do a face lather. Grab some of the soap. Need a little bit more water than that. There we go. This stuff's pretty good. What I found is the oils that I use don't work well with this soap. It seems like it clogs up my razors. So I'm not gonna be using any oil today. Just straight up. Now this Artisan soap is well known. A lot of people here on YouTube like it. I know a lot of people on my channel like it as well. I've shaved with it a couple times. So I figured I'd give it another roll. I'm just gonna dip the tips in some water here. Break the backbone of the brush. And start a lather. Water here. Okay, that's good for right now. I'm gonna load my equipment up, and let this shave soap soak into the hairs of my face. And in my opinion, this is the best way to do it. Apply your soap or your cream to your face first. I don't care if you're not using a brush at all. Apply that first, then go ahead, and load your gear or, your razor. So I'm gonna grab, I'm pretty much stuck on these Personas right now. These are a dream to shave with. I'm gonna pull out a brand new one for this shave. Cool thing with Personas, these are the ones made in Virginia. There's no residue on these. I really dig that. I can't tell you how much I really like that. All right, so breaking down the 3-piece, just like any other razor, even though that head's torqued, okay, you still load it the same way. So taking, you know, the razor blade, putting it on top, I pinch the sides, load the bottom cap. There's no right or wrong way to load this, and put on the handle. Torque it down. Yeah, that's pretty good. And now you can see the type of blade exposure you're going to get with this razor. It's pretty unique looking. All right, so I'm just gonna go back and, you know, grab some more water here, hydrate a little bit more. There's actually a lot of soap that it picked up in this synthetic brush. I mean, a lot of soap. All right, so going in for the first pass, I'm gonna go with the grain. Find my spot over here. Actually, I'm gonna go up a little higher today. Wow, initially, that feels very smooth. Wow, very good. Lovely. I gotta say, it's going through 5 days of growth with ease. No problems whatsoever. And it's pretty darn smooth. Wow, Parker did an excellent job with this. This is very, very smooth. Very impressed. I always do struggle a little bit with a slant though when you're trying to cut things in, you know, and get nice, crisp, clean lines. So we'll see how this one's gonna do. I was gonna do something a little different down here, you know, just for shits and giggles. I think I had some more down here so I don't nick my lower jawline here. All right, with the grain on my lower neck. Great pass. The CK6 formula is easily, but it is the CK6 formula easily coming out of this razor. It's a really good pass. All right, really good. All right, up top here. Now this is where I normally struggle with slant razors. Let's see how I do with this semi-slant. All right, now I'm gonna try something a little different here. I wanna go, actually, let me clear that. Okay. Let's get a little dry up there. I'll clean that up a little bit better on the second pass here, but let me give this a rinse. Did nick myself right here. I could already see that. Missed it a little bit here, but you know, on this second pass here, I'll get all that dialed in. But first initial pass, pretty good, really good up top. I did like the first pass on my neck against the green. There was no chatter. And how I do this is, you know, my first pass I go with the grain, but my cheek line, it does grow from my chin to my ears. But just to make it easier to shave, I always just go across the grain down here. You know what I'm saying? And then the second pass, I go against the grain. Same thing on my neck. I go with the grain on my lower neck, which is up. And then the second pass, I go totally against the grain just because I cannot go across the grain on my lower neck. That causes immediate skin irritation. I usually get, you know, a razor burn and most likely a couple or maybe one or two ingrown hairs. So I know my face, I've mapped it out. I know what it can take. So that's how I do it. And I actually got that tip from, you know, one of the subscribers of the channel. And I've been doing that now for over a year. And it works very, very well. So if you have sensitive skin and you're going across the grain on your sensitive areas, keep that in mind. Maybe you should go with the grain and then go, you know, against the grain on your second pass. It works very, very well for me. I do feel a little bit of stinging right through here. I can say that. Wow, you can just see how slick this soap is. Very, very good soap. If you can get a hold of any, I highly recommend it. Now on my second pass, my face is still hydrated, so I don't sit here and, you know, go at it again for another 5 minutes. I do take the tops off though, get some of that soap out of there, put it, you know, fairly thick. And for me, that's good. I'm gonna go obviously across the grain up here, against the grain everywhere on my neck. So from here to here, I'm gonna go against the grain and then against the grain from my Adam's apple pretty much down. That's how it works for me, and it works well. So I'm gonna go across the grain. Okay. Want to hang out too much up here because I did cut it right here. Got a nick. I'm going to call that good there. A lot of blade feel there. Oh yeah, it's definitely taking it down. Okay, against the growth. Pretty smooth. No chatter. Okay, let's give that a rinse. Felt pretty good. Okay, going over this shave, you can see that I did get a nick here as well. I got one here. Looks like I got a weeper right here. A couple over here. Now again, this can be driver area, but for me personally, I don't have good luck with slant razors. I don't. Like even the 37C, I don't think I've ever shaved with this and not got a nick or a weeper. Maybe I'm not experienced enough to use these. I'm not sure. So let's go in with the alum block. And it could be razor too. I mean, I could have probably gone with a less aggressive razor blade. Yeah, obviously some stinging right there. Ooh, shit. Lots down here. Yeah, not my best shave. What this alum block's gonna do is it's gonna act as a natural antiseptic, and it's gonna help seal all these pores. Where I do have the weepers and the nicks, it's gonna seal those as well. Okay, let's see how I did on the lower part. The lower's good. It did feel really good down here, where is my most sensitive area, is right here. I've got no stinging whatsoever. So I'm gonna count, underneath here, driver air there as well. That was probably when I was trying to cut in, my goatee. Like I said, I struggle cutting in with these. I just do. I don't know why. Maybe I don't use them enough. So I need to practice, practice that for sure. I did an excellent job in the lower. I do like this. This came from Parker. It's got a nice case to it. Not sure the price point on it, but I'll put links below. And I believe this razor was selling for, well, here, I'll get to that in a minute. So let me get some cold water on my face here and rinse off this alum. I'm gonna go in with Thayer's. This is the original witch hazel. Love this stuff. Very inexpensive to use. Ooh, so refreshing. I don't know what it is with that witch hazel, but it's so refreshing to put this on. Okay. Feels great. All right. Parker did send some Tectonic aftershave splash. I'm gonna give this a whirl. They sent me a few other things as well. A lot of that's still down in Florida. Well, that's a good scent. It's a lavender lime. It smells pretty good, actually. It smells really good. Okay. All right. So, pretty good stuff. So going over this razor, I'm just going to break it down. I do like the design of it. The tabs do protrude out a little bit here on the side of the razor. So, if you're doing a head shave, you're going to have to be careful not to nick your ears. Underneath your nose, you're going to have to make sure you don't nick anything. But initially breaking it down, the initial shave of this was very smooth. Parker did a great job. I believe this sells for $30 on their website. I'll link, down below to their Amazon site as well. But I'm just gonna, I always just take a toothbrush and some warm water and just, you know, over my gear real quick and clean it up. Now that's how quick it is to make any of your safety razors last longer. Well, I should say they won't be as grungy looking. Alright, that's it. And then, you know, dry it and put it back together. I'm just putting it back together here. For a semi-slant, it was good. Just my first initial thoughts of it, it outperforms the 37C for sure. I don't think I've ever got that good of a shave with this razor, with the 37C. But I will be doing a comparison of these. Actually, I have another slant that I haven't shaved with yet, which I don't know, I will here in the next week or two. We'll see how this video goes. And, you know, see if you guys are interested in slant razors. Slant razors are made for people with, like me, thick, coarse hair and sensitive skin. So that's what the target audience is, or shaver, for these razors. Any slant, semi-slant, hybrid, whatever you want to call them, that's what these razors are intended for. This shave, pretty good. Wasn't my best shave. Maybe the Persona blade was a little too sharp for this. Not sure. Maybe I should have put an Astra blade in it. Probably should have. But you know, my standard lately has been the Persona blades. You know, made in the USA, and that's what, you know, I'm gonna start using a lot of. I bought 100 of them. They shave great in all of my favorite razors, so I'm gonna stick to it. But I think if I shaved with this one more time, I could probably get a better shave. I might have been pressing too hard, because I shave with Henson razors a lot. They're very light, and you know, you gotta press a little bit. With a regular safety razor, you do not. But first initial thoughts, great razor. I did love it in my sensitive areas. I had no irritation down here, still don't. No nicks down here. This is where I always struggle. Underneath my jawline here, I always get a little bit of tingling. I very seldom get a perfect shave. I mean, I have got a few perfect shaves even here on camera, but I always get a little bit of, you know, I shouldn't say razor burn, tingle down here. You can see where the weeper was, it's starting to go away. You know what I mean? So first initial thoughts, for 30 bucks, you might want to give one a try. If you're looking at a semi-slant razor or a slant razor, you just want to try one, for $30, you can't miss. This is the rose gold one. They do have a chrome and a graphite finish, you know, right through here. But thanks, Howie, for sending this to me. And I did want to bring up the Parker 99R, that giveaway. It actually was not the Parker R99. Howie's wife was looking at it. It was actually the Parker 76R that I shaved with. It wasn't the 99. So Howie talked to me. He's like, hey, whoever wins that razor, once you get their email address, give it to me. I'll contact them. I'll either send them the 76R that you shaved with in the video, or I'll send them a brand new 99R. So thanks, Howie, for doing that. It was my mistake. You know, shit happens. But I will tag in the top comment who won that. Well, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, I'm gonna post the winner of the 99R video on the top link. I will pin it. Good luck, and I'll see you guys down the road.